Hey guys, Blake Yellen with Longview Martial Arts Academy here, coming at you guys on Monday, April 13th for our adult workout. Today's adult workout, we're going to be focusing on some a little bit of almost like a standard class where we're going to go through a bit of pattern work. We're going to go through some kicking sets for everybody. Then we're going to end off with a little super stretch that we're going to get on there, okay? So Mr. Moncada, if you would go and grab the camera on there and you can bring it on through, that's all right. And we'll zoom in a little closer on here. So what we're going to start off with is going to be a 5-minute warm-up, pretty basic on there. Now on that warm-up, Mr. Moncada, and they're going through, guys, y'all have done warm-ups in class, so you can kind of go along with any of the warm-up drills we've done. You know, we've done our high knee warm-up, jumping jack sets, anything to get the blood moving. Not really so much on stretching, we're going to save that for the end. Really just kind of getting the blood flow going before you start doing your run-through. So I just want 5 minutes. We're just going to set a timer and just do some warm-up drills. Jogging plays, jumping jacks. Again, anything on there. Circling out the legs, doing your circle motion on there right there. And you can repeat some of those drills, but at every 30 to 45 seconds, change to a different drill, okay? So once you got a little warm-up in, now you're going to go through 15 minutes of drills or patterns. So for my green belts and above, you guys are going through, we've already broken down your patterns already. For the white, orange, and yellow belts, so I want you to use this time to go through your drill set. Your drill set that we've been working have been our front stance punch, so stepping forward, front stance punch right here, going forward. We've been working on our horse stance right here, step behind side kick, and also our horse stance, step together, and knife hand. So we've been going through those. So I want you to work those step behind drills, your step behind side kick, your step together knife hand, and your front stance punch, mainly for those drills on there. For the high ranks, go through pattern. Now for the beginners, if you've already started working on the beginner pattern, you can kind of mix in, do about 5 minutes or so, about half the time on drills, 5 to 7 minutes on that. And then do 5 to 7 minutes on your pattern, okay, if you've gone through the beginner pattern a little bit. But if beginners, some of you guys, especially if you're a brand new white belt, I don't really recommend focusing on the pattern too much. Really put your time on your drill set on there, okay? Once we've got through that, then we've got a few little kicking sets. We're going to work these in 10-minute sets, so you're going to do 5 minutes of each kick. Everybody, white belt through black belt, is going to spend 5 minutes just going back and forth on each leg. And again, you guys are adults, so you can set your numbers. You can go for 2.5 minutes just working one leg and then switch. Or you can do just a certain number. So I'm going to do 20 kicks with one leg and jump change. But I'm going to work for 5 minutes on a lead leg side kick. That's going to be from everybody, right? So 5 minutes on that. But then we're going to switch over to a different kick. If you're a white, orange, or yellow belt, your last 5 minutes is going to be on step behind side kick. Drilling that step behind side kick, working on it. Green through purples are going to be working on their spin side kick. 5 minutes working that spin. Red through black belts are working on that 360 side kick, that step through 360, okay? And if you're a black belt, you can raise the bar and go up to an aerial jump 360, that's fine. But that's going to be your kicking set. So 5 minutes of lead leg side kick, and you can do that. I'll give you a little freedom on that. You can either do, like I said, count a number on one leg, then jump change and count the other, and just do that for 5 minutes. Or just say, I'm just going to set a timer for 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes, I'm going to work lead leg side kick one leg, and then I'll jump change, do the other. Then I'll get into my step behind again. One leg for part of the time, one leg with the others. So make sure you spread that out even on there. Now the last 10 minutes is going to be a little bit of stretching, okay? And for that, I'm going to wheel this back a little bit. And Ms. Marcada, you can go ahead and set that on the tripod right there. Are we good on distance right here? Can you see me sitting on the ground at this point right here?
Maybe just scoot back a little bit.
Just back a little bit on there? Very good, got you.
There we go.
Got you, good. So, from here, guys, the last 10 minutes is going to be 10 minutes of stretching. We're going to give you guys some good stretching drills, which we're kind of even come out in the frame right over here. That way we'll set up on there. I'll tell you what, while I'm going through these first few, why don't you go and grab Miss Works real quick, and she can just spot the camera and make sure we got it on there, okay? Stay in frame.
So, I got it framed up with your feet already.
That's all right, but just in case you want to get a little closer on some of those shots on there. So guys, we're going to go through, and we're going to finish up with a little bit of stretching drill. Now this is why we save the stretching for the end. When you talk about improving flexibility, you know, you're not getting a lot of stretch. Most athletic coaches, when you're going beginning, you can do a few little basic down-up stretches if you're starting off before you do something. But really, most of your stretching needs to be done after the end of your workout. Because at that point, you've got oxygen blood flowing through your muscles, you've got your body warmed up, you're actually at a point now where your muscles are a little bit looser by the action and the motion you've been running. And this allows you to actually get a little bit more distance on your flexibility. And this is where you start gaining length and distance on your flexibility, how far you can spread those feet out, how far you can stretch down. So this is why we usually save the stretching for the end. So for the last 10 minutes, we're going to go through some stretching. Thank you for coming in, Miss Works. If we do some more drills, you might get a little closer camera on there. You good there, Miss Works? Make sure everybody knows she's the one behind the camera right now. So we're going to go through a few basic stretches. We're going to start off with kind of an easy one, which is just basic down-up stretch. So feet are going to be together right here, and we're stretching straight down, and we're doing these for about 20 to 30 seconds. Again, I want you to really, if you can, reach behind your legs and actually pull as far as you can go. And you're going to hold for about 30 seconds and come back up. Then you're going to switch to another one right there where we're actually going to have a seat on the ground. Actually, I'll tell you what, before you do that, we'll go ahead and do this right here. That'd be fine. Go ahead and spread your feet out as wide as you can. And what I recommend is Mr. Mankata would take his foot and he would brace it up against the wall. I'll pretend to be the wall right now that he's bracing up against. So get up against the wall right here, and you can spread those feet as far as you can. Now, you can actually take your belt and hoop it around your foot. If you don't have a partner, if you've got a workout partner, a spouse, or somebody at home, or brother or sister that can help you out, they can help you kind of push your leg out as far as you can. Or you can use your belt and actually use that to kind of pull your leg out as far as you can get it. And that'll maintain a good stretch where you've got your weight pushed up against the wall with this leg and stretch as far as you can. Again, hold about 30, 45 seconds, minute at the longest. That's the longest you want to stay in each stretch. But run through on there. Next one, of course, that we're going to run through, go and jump on up from Mr. Montgomery, is going to be more of it's more stretching the quad out, so we call a runner stretch. He's going to drop down and take one knee right here. He's going to reach up with his back foot and kind of pull that back foot towards him. And his opposite hand, if he's pulling his right leg forward, he's going to stretch by grabbing with his left hand. He's going to pull that in, and once he gets that, he's going to kind of lunge forward, and he'll feel the stretch on that quad right there. That's going to be one stretch. So hold that for about 30, 40 seconds on there, and then he'll switch to the other side. So other leg, same thing. Reaching back, opposite hand will grab the foot, and then again, leaning and pressing forward on that front knee or letting your hips push forward. Again, this is where you should be feeling that stretch right on that quad right there. So that's going to be another set on each side. Go ahead and relax it a sec. Next one we're going to be doing is our standard 2 shoulder widths apart right there, but it's kind of like the down up stretch. We're going to reach from here by stretching all the way down, and the goal is getting our chest down to the leg. So if you can, really pull against your leg to press that weight down. And again, if you've got a spouse or somebody to work out with you, put that pressure on the back. If you have somebody supporting, it's good to support on the back, but also the lower back here. If I just push on his shoulders, it kind of crunches his spine up. I want to push even down here and get a good hold and press right there. He'll do 30 seconds on one side, then he can do 30 seconds on the other side. Same thing, just pressing and holding. But even if you don't have somebody to help you press, you can just grab onto your leg and really pull yourself down to that position right there. The last couple we're going to do are actually going to be using the belt as a guide on here. Have a seat on the ground, lean up against the couch or the wall or something like that. You might see it's something you got a little bit of giveaway on. Mr. Montana is going to lead with one leg right here. He's going to tuck one leg in. That's it. And from right here, he's going to grab onto the belt and he's going to hoop it around his foot right here. Yeah, I like it. That's it. And he's going to pull up a little slack on it. Try to put it underneath either the middle of the foot or the ball of the foot's really good because that way you kind of pull towards where you're stretching right here. And what he's going to do is he's going to actually pull with that rope, and he's going to pull his leg straight up into a raised position and just pull that leg. Pull on that leg as far as you can get it, stretching that leg up, and it's allowing you to maintain and get a good stretch on that leg right there and relax right there. So you can use your belt as a guide. If you don't have somebody who can lift your leg for you, this is where the belt can come in handy. I can use that to guide and pull that leg up. So we're going to work 30 seconds of stretching that leg all the way straight up. And then, of course, same down the other. He would extend out from right here. Yeah. Other leg's tucked in. He's got a good grip. He's going to lean back and just pull that belt straight up to that body. That's it, as high as he can go. And relax right there. You should get a good pull on the back right there. Work about 30 seconds on there. And then, of course, your final stretch we're going to run is going to be the full middle split. Where he's going to drop down from right here, and he's just going to drop down as deep as he can into the full splits and holding, right? So if you run through these workouts, that's about, if you count it up, that's about 5 to 6 minutes that you're going to run through. If you did about 30 seconds on each one of those stretches, took a little bit of time between to kind of move. So once you finish a round of those, then you'll just go back through again. So you've got, of course, just a reminder, the down-up stretch. You've got the 2 shoulder width stretch going from right there. You've got where you're placing a heel on the wall and pulling your leg to the outside using that belt for that stretch, okay? We've got the runner stretch that we're going to do both sides, stretching that quad. We have the sitting down, upward stretch going all the way with both legs. Last one will be full middle splits. You don't have to run through those twice. You can do about a minute on each one. It might run about 7-8 minutes, and then that's close enough to that in stretching time. But get a good burn. Start working that flexibility on there, guys. Couple good pointers. If you start feeling any kind of real bad tightening or pain on there, get out of the stretch, shake it out, loosen it up, and then go back through and finish the rest of your time up on there. You are going to feel some discomfort, obviously, when you're starting to add flexibility, so you're going to feel those legs stretching. But if you're starting to feel like a sharp pain going through that, get out of there from right there. You should feel where you're getting a good pull on that muscle and just try to maintain. The other thing is also don't do what we call the bounce stretch. What we mean by that is, if Mr. Moncada stands up right here, going to stand up right here. If he's doing the down up stretch, go and put your feet together just for the standard down up and going as he's stretching. If he says we don't want to bounce and then doing this right here, that's not what we want. Like reach my toes and come back down. I want to get to where I can pull and get a good constant pull and press right there, and then maintain that distance. So a couple little stretching tips when you're running through at the end of the day. These are just to add a little bit of flexibility on the legs. You got your workout in for today, adults. I want you to burn it out. Post those videos, and we'll see you on the next workout.